Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate the recognition, but I'm disappointed that we have rushed a $1.9 trillion COVID relief package before us today that did not include bipartisan negotiations, especially since this committee has a strong record of bipartisan work. Together, we have passed nearly $4 trillion in COVID relief aid, and as of last week, there's still around $1 trillion in unspent COVID-19 relief funds. We need to make sure COVID-19 relief is being used effectively and is targeted to those who need it the most. Any future COVID-19 relief bill needs to focus on giving everyone the chance to be vaccinated, safely returning all students to in-person learning, and helping people return to work to rebuild, renew, and restore our country. Small businesses in my district, like a coffee shop in Danville called The Hub, have been negatively impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Hub has been struggling to stay alive during these difficult times when many center college students are virtual. I was just recently there. It's a picture of my friend Jason Cullen, who's the owner, and he's struggled, and my staff has helped him with COVID-19 economic injury disaster loans. I know people are not just suffering financially during this pandemic. I have heard from local substance abuse providers who have seen an influx in patients. I've also received countless letters asking for help. Recently heard from Tracy, a single mother in Glasgow, Kentucky. Tracy is having to manage losing her job due to the pandemic while taking care of her children, including a 6-year-old. We must provide for Tracy and Americans like her, as well as people struggling with substance abuse. That is not a partisan issue, so that's why it's disappointing that we have chosen to go down a partisan path in this relief package. Congress has provided $8.75 billion to help states with vaccine distribution. I am disappointed that Kentucky and many other states are falling behind in vaccinating minority communities. Governor Beshear admitted that only around 4.3% of Kentucky vaccines have gone to African Americans, when the number should be almost double that. We know that minority communities are impacted more by COVID-19, so why are they receiving fewer vaccines? Are rural communities receiving the COVID-19 vaccines they need? Before we rush this $1.9 trillion package, we need to be looking at questions like these, conducting oversight of COVID-19 funds, and finding ways to improve our COVID-19 response. We have 5 COVID-19 relief bills signed into law with bipartisan support. And I'm proud to support the last 5 bills to help Kentucky businesses, families, and communities. I urge my Democratic colleagues to work together with Republicans to get our kids back in school and provide targeted relief to specific individuals in need. I yield back.